Hey guys! I'm Elizabeth Newsom and welcome to my BookTube channel. Today I'm going to do the book tag Would You Rather. And of course, no one has tagged me to do this tag. I know it's an ancient tag, but you know what? BookTubers do tags all the time without being tagged just because they feel like it, and that's what I'm doing. The first question is, would you rather read only trilogies or only standalones? So I thought about this for a while. And it's hard because if you have to read only trilogies, then that's like a commitment, you know? But at the same time, if you only read standalones, then at the end of the standalone, that's the last time you see those characters ever. Like, that's just the end. So I would choose trilogies because some trilogies can kind of be read as standalones where they follow different characters but in the same world, or different sisters or brothers in the same family. So if I didn't want to commit to one, I could probably find a good trilogy. And in addition, sometimes when I finish a standalone, it just makes me sad because I don't want to say goodbye to the characters yet. The next question is, would you rather read only all female or all male authors? For me, I'd have to go with female just because all of my favorite authors that I can think of are female. With that said, there are a lot of good male authors, especially for nonfiction. But if we're being honest, most authors are females. So I'd have a lot more to choose from and a lot more books I'd like to choose from if I chose female authors. So I'm going with that. Would you rather buy books only from Barnes & Noble or Amazon? Amazon. I mean, I like Barnes & Noble. And if I never went to a Barnes & Noble again, I'd be sad just because I like the atmosphere and being there and browsing through books. And that's where I got this book, actually. But I order pretty much everything on Amazon, and I order the vast majority of books on Amazon and on Kindle, and Amazon just has everything, and it has all the books I want, all the books I could ever want. It has indie books and traditionally published books and all my favorite authors, whereas Barnes & Noble does not. Would you rather all books become movies or TV shows? I'm honestly not a big TV show person. I cannot think of the last TV show series that I followed along with. I think it might have been Stranger Things. But I really like movies. And I watch movies quite a bit more, not a ton. But I enjoy movies because you can watch it and generally it's a good storyline and then it ends and it's good. And I don't know, this is kind of my inverse logic that I used for the standalones and trilogies. I'd rather commit to a book series than a TV series, honestly. Book series you can read faster, and TV feels like a waste of time. Sometimes it bothers me to watch TV just because if you watch episode after episode after episode and you do that for a few hours, it's like, what have I done with my life? You know, it's kind of just depressing. So I'd rather books be movies. I think that would be really cool. This one's a hard one. Would you rather read 5 pages a day or 5 books a week? Like, So 5 pages a day, that's nothing. And if you have to stop after 5 pages, I mean, you know how it is when you're reading a really good book, and then you have to put it down. It's like you're dying in the inside. Every moment you're away from that book, you're just dying a little bit more. But 5 books a week, dang! You would have no social life. You'd have nothing beyond reading. Dang. Like, you wouldn't even have time for school or anything else. But also, you'd get to read a book a day almost. Like how cool is that? Like, man, that would be so much fun. You know, as I was writing these questions down, I was going through all of them, and I'm like, okay, I definitely choose Amazon over Barnes & Noble, trilogy over standalone. But then I got to this question, and it's like, shoot, I don't know what I choose. Because if I only read 5 pages a day ever, like, think how many fewer books I could read in my lifetime. That's barely any books in your lifetime. I think, this is really hard, but I think I'd actually choose 5 pages a day. But hear me out, because I know that's not a lot, and that's really sad. But I think I would get tired of reading so many books after a while, because when I go on a reading binge, eventually I just don't want to read as much and I get tired of it. It's like, okay, I need to do something else, or I want to hang out with friends or do something fun and social or go to a party. And if I had to read 5 books a week, I wouldn't have time for any of that. I wouldn't have time to do well in school. I wouldn't have time to build deep relationships with other people. And I think that's a cost that I'm not really willing to pay. With that said, it breaks my heart to say 5 pages a day, because that's like nothing. That's really sad. But I'd get to experience life and build relationships with other people and not completely destroy my sight and everything. Because if you're also reading 5 books a week, that's a lot of sitting and looking at a book right here that you're doing, not super healthy. So, 5 pages a day. Would you rather be a professional reviewer or author? Definitely author. I love reviewing books, love reading books. In fact, sometimes I think I love reading more than writing, but being an author, in a weird way, I felt like it's my destiny. I've always loved reading, and from that stemmed my love for writing, and that's my dream career. If I could just be a professional author and create my own stories, I would love that. So definitely an author. Would you rather only read your top favorite 20 books over and over, or always read new ones you haven't read before? This is hard because I really love reading my favorite books. But if you only had your top 20, and you, say, live to the age of 70 or 80, that is a lot of rereading the same books. I think I'd rather keep on reading new books I've never read before. It would be kind of annoying not to be able to reread books, especially nonfiction books that have a lot of good information in them. But with that said, if I ever really wanted to read a story like that, I could probably find a story like that just because there are so many books out there. And in addition, that way I wouldn't get bored and I'd always have new plots and characters and stuff to entertain me. Would you rather be a librarian or a bookseller? Eventually I want to be a publisher, so I'm going to go with bookseller. Would you rather only read your favorite genre or every genre except your favorite genre? So my favorite genre is very specific. It's young adult fantasy romance. And I really, really love books like that. Like this one. It's for young adults. And it's fantasy and it's romance. It's amazing. Okay, I'm going to stop talking about this book. It was a really good book. Right now, I would say I'd read only my favorite genre. I mean, I'd lose a lot by not reading other genres because there's a lot you can learn from them. Especially, again, nonfiction. I really like nonfiction books on writing and things like that. Oh, now I'm rethinking it. Because when you think of all that you can gain from nonfiction books, there's a lot to gain and a lot to learn. Okay, you know what? I'm actually going to change my decision. I'd read every genre except my favorite genre, which would pain me because I have a tendency to just get really addicted to young adult fantasy books. Like, I love them. But there are other really good books that are still romances, like historical romance, and there's dystopian, sci-fi. And in addition, there's so much you could learn from nonfiction books, like how to be a better writer, how to be a better speaker, and a lot of my school books are nonfiction. So there's just a lot to gain from books outside my genre, which is sad, but it's true. So I'd go with every other genre. And then finally, only read physical books or ebooks? For nonfiction, I prefer physical books because I learn best when I could read it like that. But if we're being honest, I don't really learn best by reading it all. I learn best by hearing lectures and taking notes and asking questions. So I think I'd only choose ebooks, just because if I only did physical books, that would really limit the amount I could read in a year. And with an ebook, I could read absolutely any time I want to. If I'm waiting in line for fast food, or if I'm waiting in line at the enrollment center, or if I'm doing anything. Like, I perpetually could have all the books I want to. So overall, I'd have to choose ebooks if it'd be one or the other. Well, there you guys have the book tag for Would You Rather. So again, no one tagged me, but that's okay. And if you're watching this, consider yourself tagged. In other words, just do the tag if you want to. But if you enjoy this video, please like and subscribe because I post one bookish video a week. And sometimes I post things about college. I might not as much anymore, especially over the summer. This is probably actually the last video that will be in my dorm for this semester. After this, I think I'll be filming in New Mexico again. And as always, I'd love to hear from you guys. Let me know some of these answers to the would you rather questions and whether you agree or disagree with my answers. Let me know down below and I'll see you next time. Bye!